We're just doing the dang thing. Back at it. A little bit of a break. A little bit of a hiatus.
Back again.
I
like how I said we would have a schedule.
It's so funny.
And then
we like are public about it. Yeah, we're going to get on an uploading schedule and then miss 1 week.
But hey.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
We do this on our own schedule, so.
I mean, real life happens. And
yeah, totally.
It takes more priority than this.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're here.
We're here. So how was your day, man?
It was good.
Because yesterday you had your lazy Netflix day, right?
Yes.
So today was a productive day, I assume.
Somewhat productive. It was like a half and half. Still watching Netflix.
Sweet.
Watched that Dave Chappelle new comedy.
It's good. He's hilarious.
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't laugh as much as I wanted to.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Dave Chappelle's style of humor.
I do too.
He's just he's one of the greats in my opinion. Like probably top 3 comedians of all time.
I think my favorite stand-up special is his, but like back in the day. It's called For What It's Worth.
Yeah.
Where he's wearing the orange shirt and the jean jacket, I think. That's like my favorite.
Really? I like
comedy.
I think it was the Equanimity maybe, or the one that he's at the Comedy Store on the bench or on the stool, and he's just sitting on the stool the whole time in a small room riffing with the crowd.
Oh,
that's
one of the Netflix ones.
Yeah, one of the Netflix ones. That to me is like his material in that one is, I mean, it's so good.
Yeah, this other one, like there were some moments that I did like have a good laugh, and there was others I was like,
oh my gosh, I was because I was listening to it in my car for like the second time because I had watched it and then I was in my car and I figured out that I can have Netflix and then just press play and like close my phone and it still goes. I was like, cool. So I was listening to it and there was one part I actually like in my car. This is one of those moments where I was like, I hope that no one is like looking at me right now because I like out loud audibly was cracking up. And I know that if someone was watching, they would have just seen some crazy maniacal just... I was like, oh my gosh.
When he brought up the cancel culture stuff, I couldn't. I was like...
I wanted to like screen grab it and like send it to you.
I was like, this is right up Austin's
This is
field.
right up my alley. Yeah. You know, because he's like, you guys don't give anyone a chance. And, oh, dude, it was so great.
That resonate with you?
A lot.
Yeah.
It's how I feel a lot of the time.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Just that whole topic's like so interesting.
Yeah, well, and I like seeing it from like a comedian's perspective.
Yeah, because he talks about like Kevin Hart and stuff.
Right. Oh my god. His whole never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. It was good though. I mean, I would recommend going and seeing it for sure. You need to watch Castlevania. Please tell me that you're gonna watch Castlevania. Like soon.
It's on my list.
Okay, I don't want to hear it on your list. Bump it up a few lists, sir.
A few tiers.
Yeah, like start it soon. I'm telling you, it's really easy to watch, but it's super good.
I don't doubt you on the accessibility to watch it. Sometimes I forget to watch certain things.
It's not even a 2 hour. Like you could watch the whole season in less than 2 hours.
I know. I very shamefully watched all of 13 Reasons Why.
That's why I'm asking you that you do this as a friend. Like the next time you sign on to Netflix and you're in the anime mood, text me and I'll remind you to watch Castlevania.
I just haven't watched much anime lately.
I haven't either. I've been reading a lot of comics though, so that kind of counts.
Yeah. I've been wanting to watch more movies lately on Netflix.
Really?
I wanted
movies
to watch
that you haven't seen?
Yes. So, like, on YouTube, they rolled out an ad for Stars, another streaming service.
Oh, yeah, I know what Stars is. I thought you were talking about a movie.
But it's a clip, which I think is a very interesting way to do an advertisement, but it's like a 2-minute clip of The Equalizer. Like a snippet of it. And I was like, I want to watch this.
Right.
Because I never watched it when it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The first one or the second one?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
And so I was like, yeah, I want to watch that. And then I went to go on Netflix, and it's not on there.
Of course not. If it's on Stars, it's not on Netflix.
So, but apparently it was on Netflix at one point. But I missed it.
You missed it. Do you ever go to the Xbox store and rent movies that way?
When I'm feeling lazy and don't want to go to like
Redbox.
Yeah. Or if it's like I know this isn't probably on Redbox.
Right.
Then I'll give it a rent.
Give it a rent.
How interesting that we used to go to Blockbuster and Hollywood Video to go and rent.
Did you ever have that Game Pass thing with Blockbuster?
No.
So it was unlimited rentals.
You had that.
I could go and rent a game and then take it back the next day and get a new one for free. And it was like a monthly subscription, and you got to just go in there and rent as many games. But I think you could only have like one.
But didn't they have it that there was no return date?
Yeah, there was no return date.
Like,
you could rent it, and you keep it as however long you want, and then take it back whenever you want.
Because you had, what, Gears of War?
Gears of War for a long time. Actually, no. I rented Gears of War, and then they...
Closed?
No, I think somehow we rented it from a different store. Or there was, I think, some form of, like, when we rented it, they didn't, like, scan it in. And so I just had it. And I got it for free.
And they never
charged us for it. They had no record of me even renting it.
Because did you try to bring it back?
Because I tried to bring it back because I was like, I'm going to do the honest thing. And they were like, we have no record of this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it.
That's cool.
And then I think they ended up like closing or something happened to the disc. I was having problems with the disc. So then I went out to GameStop and it was like $8 and I bought it.
Oh, well.
No, I don't think it was that cheap because it was newer at the time, right? It had just come out. I remember we went to the midnight release of it at GameStop.
No, that was Judgment.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. It was Judgment because we were like seniors.
Didn't we go to Little Caesars after that or something?
Maybe.
Crazy kids.
Yeah, no.
I remember that Andrew was driving at the time. He had just gotten a car.
I think he picked me up.
He picked everyone up. Or maybe I met you guys there because I had a car too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure someone brought Taco Bell.
That's what it was. It was Taco Bell, and it was me. I got those taco boxes.
Yeah.
They were like the 12 tacos or whatever. I remember now. Yeah. Not Little Caesars, but it was in that area.
Yeah.
Weird that happens.
Good times.
Isn't it weird that you remember certain things, like every detail of it?
Yeah.
Because I remember specific days when I was a kid. And I remember the exact like time and place and everything.
And are these like significant memories or just
sometimes they're I'm like, why the heck am I remembering that?
Yeah. Like you can remember the outfit you were wearing.
But it was like weird because it was they're like today I had a random moment where something triggered me to think about like when I was a kid. But it wasn't anything like I was just driving. And I not like I was listening to a song that was giving me nostalgia or anything like that. It was, to me, it was just a genuine random thought that popped into my head. And I was like, what the heck? Like me as a kid, like in Ohio or something. I was like, what the beans?
Yeah.
It was weird.
What are your thoughts on the ongoing food wars between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes?
I will probably try Popeyes sandwich at some point, but no matter what, it will never be better than Chick-fil-A. And you want to know why?
It's the service?
Because I still can't walk into a Popeyes and feel safe.
The one we went to, so we went on this past weekend to try the sandwich, and I mean the service was fine, but they were out of the sandwich. But like, you know, me and Jerem are very level-headed peeps. So we're just like, we'll just order something else.
We didn't, because you're normal people.
We didn't walk in,
raise hell,
and then leave.
Videotape it, and then leave, saying that you're going to complain.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, all right.
I'll get something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, Popeyes is Popeyes. The chicken sandwich might be great, but do you think that any of that has to do with the social media presence? That it tricks people into thinking that it's better than it really is? Like, will that sandwich still be good in 6 months?
Well, you know why the food wars like even popped up was, so this sandwich came out in like the beginning of August, and it just kind of came out. Nobody really cared. And then Chick-fil-A makes a tweet like 2 weeks later saying the original chicken sandwich.
Yes.
And then Popeyes replies and says, oh, you know, ours is good if not better, or something like that.
Something, yeah, I remember. I've seen that. Yeah.
Like they quote responded, and
Then
people
that got screenshotted and sent around to a bunch of people.
well, got shared, and people were just like, "Oh, Popeyes has a sandwich," and then everyone's like, "Oh, Popeyes has a sandwich," and then like people are saying that it's like A1,
Of course.
it's good, try it,
because they dare to be different.
and
Because everybody likes Chick-fil-A. But I'm telling you, in 6 months, Chick-fil-A's memes are still going to be popping up about their service. Man, my pleasure, and let me give you my diamond car while I'm at it. Like,
well, now the memes that are coming out are like Chick-fil-A employees that are like sneaking
off to like Popeyes. Yeah. And but again, that's where my thought goes now. Because I see how much social media influences people's decisions.
Yeah.
And to the point where it subliminally could be making or subconsciously making them think that it tastes better than it actually does. I mean, come on. Popeyes is going to come out with, they're going to bring back fried shrimp or something like that. And their chicken sandwich is going to go away. But guess who's still going to be there with great service? Chick-fil-A. You can't beat Chick-fil-A. They've got the Lord on their side. Come on.
I don't know. The Popeyes chicken was, oh my, I almost choked on a biscuit.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, you can't have a Popeyes biscuit without water, fam.
Well, I had
sans butter. Get out of here.
So this is a story.
You're almost choking thinking about it. It's so dry, it's haunting you. It's a ghost particles, bro.
It's haunting me. No, I had just finished my drink, and like I still had like a quarter of the biscuit left, and I was like, I think Jeremy was like, "Oh, I bet you won't kill that," and I was like, "Bet money I will." I stuffed that. I couldn't swallow it. It was just
of course not, dude. It's like eating 6 crackers and then trying to whistle. Have you ever done that? Eating 6 saltine crackers and then try and whistle?
No.
It was a game we used to play at youth camp. You would line up all the volunteers. You'd make them eat like probably not 6. That might seem you make them. I think they have to eat like 8 crackers and then try and whistle. So it's a race to eat all the crackers, and then the person who gets all the crackers eaten has to then try and whistle, and it's the first person to whistle that wins.
Yikes.
And so you're literally, your mouth is like, you're like, I can't whistle.
When I downed the biscuit, like I couldn't swallow it, and it just felt like it exploded. Like it inflated, and it's like I couldn't like.
It feels like it solidifies, but as it solidifies, it grows. Like it's like venom. You know how when venom, how it like goes, it expands, and it's like gum, and it just.
Because I had seen the memes, and like I've had Popeyes biscuits before, and I'd seen the memes where it's like, oh, if you're ordering 2 biscuits, no water, like that's a death sentence.
Well, we even talked about it on our Food Wars pod. Like,
yeah,
you can't eat a Popeyes biscuit without water.
And I just like, it had been so long since I went to Popeyes, like, oh, yeah, that's just meme talk. I ate it and I couldn't swallow it.
Do you eat biscuits dry? You don't put honey on it or anything?
At Popeyes, no.
What?
I'm going there for a death sentence.
You're wild.
But I when I was first eating it, I had like the drink and stuff, obviously.
Okay, but still, even just to eat a biscuit plain with no dressing, you sycophant.
But it's so good. It's a punishment I would endure.
Not really.
I like it.
I don't like biscuits without anything on them.
I'm specifically talking about Popeyes biscuits.
Yeah, but Popeyes, I don't go to Popeyes for the biscuits. I go to Popeyes for the chicken.
I don't know, man.
The only biscuits that I like eating sans anything is the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster. When was the last time you had cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster?
When was the last time I had Red Lobsters in general?
That's also true. Accurate.
Maybe like 15 plus years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
It's been a while for me. I just don't know how long. But I also haven't had the cheddar biscuits in a long time, too. And that's part of the reason why I never go to Red Lobster. Also, my girlfriend doesn't like seafood, so...
No.
It's a very difficult transition. I want to go to seafood or sushi. I want to go get fish. She doesn't like seafood. She doesn't like shrimp.
Now, is it a...
Not an allergy. Just think she doesn't like it.
Just preference? So she's tried it and stuff before?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
She's allergic to avocado.
Oh.
So she can't have guacamole or...
I think guac's a little overrated.
I agree. Depends on what you get it with and where you get it from.
Yeah.
Chipotle's guac, fire.
If
if it's prepared correctly, fire.
Not a fan.
Fire. But again, I only really ever eat guac from Chipotle.
I feel like whenever I eat guac, it just doesn't... I'm not getting what everyone else is getting. Like, it doesn't hit right to me. And so I'm just like, I'd rather not eat it. But then sometimes I'll go to like a barbecue and they'll have some. And when it's like that home prepped kind of thing, I'm like, well, this is different.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Got to do it to them. Well, it depends on who you get it from. Because
Yeah.
I've had authentically made guacamole from, straight Mexican. And it was delicious. And I don't mean that racist. It was delicious.
Yeah. Well, it's prepared correctly.
Yeah,
so.
it was prepared correctly.
Um,
I don't know. It's weird. It's one of those things. It's a little different.
You know, the funny thing about going into Popeyes was seeing all the like boomers raise a stink about there not being the sandwich. Like, just visibly upset. Like, arms folded and everything.
It bothers me that people get upset in general. And I know that it's not just boomers. Because I've seen equally disrespectful kids.
Well, in this instance, in the area we were in, it was definitely boomers.
Of course.
Because they were just like, you know.
They're probably white.
Yes. They were just like upset. Like, the people in front of us, like, oh, can we get the chicken sandwich? And then the cashier's like, oh, we don't have any. And she's like, what? What do you mean? And it's like, they don't have any.
We sold out.
Yeah. And then the funniest thing was when we were walking into the place and like in the parking lot, I saw on their drive-through sign that there's a sign on the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that says sold out. And Jerem's like, oh, that can't be. I go in and I'm like, read it. It says they're sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I pointed at it, someone was like right in front of us and like saw that I pointed and read the sign and they backed out of the drive-through. So
That's how you know. I'm telling you,
It's all
dude.
hype?
It's all hype. I'm telling you. Social media has straight up influenced people's buying habits. They see something that all the people are talking about, they want to feel participated. FOMO.
I mean,
They want to go try it.
That was our incentive to go try it.
That was your incentive to go try it.
I was like, I
Legitimately worked on you guys.
hear it's fire.
But at the same time, I don't think that you would renounce Chick-fil-A because of the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Well, I'm not a, devote Chick-fil-A only. I'll eat whatever's good.
I get chicken sandwiches from Wendy's, Burger King, Jack in the Box. I'll get chicken sandwiches from anywhere. But if you're talking about the goat and Chick-fil-A is not in the conversation, then you're talking about lemurs. You're not even talking about goats.
Lemurs? You're just making animal
Just
references?
making animal references. Keep up, dog.
The other thing I was seeing was like people I would describe as acting a fool, which is apparently at one location, this was a post I saw, they ran out of bread. So a customer went to a store, brought buns, said, please make me a sandwich. One other one, they ran out of like the specific type of chicken or whatever. So they went and bought a chicken.
You think that they're hand breading it at Popeyes? You're out of your mind. If you think that there's someone in the back hand breading the chicken for $3, you're out of your dang mind.
The thing is with that one, I think they did it for a YouTube video.
Probably.
Just to get a reaction.
Probably. And then that brings us to the conversation that we've been having for a while. People doing and making themselves look out to be idiots and these pompous a-holes, all for clout.
And then you have the guys that are buying like 30 sandwiches and then selling them outside the store for 4 times the price. I saw a post of it too.
And they were probably making money.
On one of them, they did make money. Another one, no, because they were charging like outlandish. We're talking
Yeah,
like
but
$50 a sandwich.
If you sold out, if you bought all of them and sold Popeyes out, supply and demand.
Yeah. Well, I just seen on one of them worked, other backfired.
Stupid.
Then you have these social media accounts fighting over memes. And it's very interesting.
Do you see legit people arguing over that kind of stuff? It's hilarious.
Most of it's like
Trolling.
playful banter,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's like
But you can always tell when someone legitimately gets offended.
right.
Someone's like, oh, well, if Chick-fil-A is powered by Jesus, Popeyes is powered by the devil. Some religious nut gets on there and is like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
Someone was like, oh, Chick-fil-A's got the service, but Popeyes, they kind of be yelling at you. And then someone said, it's the yelling that makes it taste better.
Of course.
So
stupid idiots.
So I still haven't tried it yet, but it's on my to-do list. It just, whenever the craze
If I go to Popeyes and they have it, I'll try it. But when do I ever go to Popeyes? Never. Just like I never go to KFC. Those places always upset my stomach.
I don't like KFC in general.
I can never, ever have a positive experience at any of those restaurants. Dairy Queen, Popeyes, KFC.
Something about it.
There's something about it. No matter what. No matter when. No matter where I go.
I also saw a post that said that this person was at a Chick-fil-A and some guy accidentally dropped a lemonade or something and said, I'll censor it, oh and that the whole restaurant went quiet and that the person got taken in the back and they had never seen him since. And it's like, what did they do? What did Chick-fil-A respond with that? Did they just teach him? Did they fire him?
I mean, they probably didn't fire him.
Did they just make him write on a chalkboard, I will not swear 100 times?
Oh my gosh.
That's what people theorize.
Of course.
But, man, I don't know.
The part about him probably never being seen again is probably bullcrap.
I think it's just witty writing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he probably got talked to. Hey, you can't say that in front of customers. I would have said that too.
We have a reputation.
Anywhere, though. At Chipotle, if someone's cussing in front of the customer, you tell them not to. It does not, necessarily just have to be Chick-fil-A. Black Rock weren't allowed to cuss in front of the customers.
I think it's just the rep.
It's the stigma behind Chipotle or Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That they have I've seen some crazy things.
Yeah.
You have to get baptized before you get accepted. I've seen some crazy things. I think it's funny. Regardless of, even if you were to take the religious aspect out of Chick-fil-A, they're still good. They have good training, and they have good, the way that they organize their lines. Dude, me and Gabby went to Chick-fil-A over off of the one over by Panera. And they had the two lines like you normally have, and then you get around the building, and they had cones all along where the window is to get your food, and they had a person standing there taking food and just handing it to 4 or 5 customers at a time.
Oh.
They were busting out. That's how they get 180 cars through the line in an hour. They have to be doing something right.
It's like In-N-Out.
Faster than In-N-Out, I would argue.
Well, I'm just saying In-N-Out is very good about getting people out.
Yeah, that's kind of their mentality,
In and out.
In and out. But Chick-fil-A does it, I think, in a different... I think they're just the way that they do, because, having 4 or 5 people taking people's orders, corresponding with names, it's... When you look at it from a service standpoint of actually having worked in fast food,
yeah,
you see it as oh,
it's impressive.
Okay, very good, dude.
You have a favorite chicken sandwich out of Wendy's?
Chick-fil-A.
It's your one.
Both they're spicy and they're regular.
Spicy deluxe.
I wish I could have the spicy deluxe because I love pepper jack cheese. And it doesn't make any sense for me not to get the spicy, or to get the spicy deluxe just with no cheese, because I don't like tomatoes.
You don't like tomatoes?
No.
Why not?
I'm weird. I think it's the texture, because I like salsa, I like ketchup, and I'll eat chunky salsa that has tomatoes in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you put a tomato on my burger, I don't like it.
I'm not getting what you're putting down.
What do you mean? You just don't understand my logic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I also, I'm someone that won't watch a Netflix show because of time length. So
yeah, you're also...
I can't really judge.
Stupid about that.
Stupid?
I said stupid.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Combination of 2 words so that I don't say something that I shouldn't.
A naughty word?
wouldn't necessarily call it a naughty word. It's not sexual in nature.
Well...
When was the last time you watched That 70s Show?
Probably at your place.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
I know. It's just one of those shows that these sitcoms and stuff, I like them, but I just don't watch them.
I have been watching That 70s Show again.
Hanging out.
And no way this show would be able to be on now.
Oh,
Absolutely no way.
I haven't watched it in a long time, so I don't know.
That's partially why I'm so interested in it.
Oh, just like
because I'm
recatching?
going back and watching all of the things that I'm like, I remember watching this like on TV. Like this was on, they played it on Nickelodeon.
That 70s show?
I'm pretty sure they had it on one of those channels.
You mean like Nick at Night or something?
It might have been
Nick at Night had like Fresh Prince. No, they had like Fresh Prince and...
I'm telling you, dude, they played...
Anyways.
They played that 70s show on like a network TV that I saw, that I think maybe it might have been ABC Family, honestly.
Whoa.
I remember because it was like, I had Comcast, so like 42.
No, I think it was on like Fox. Like on the same circuit as like The Simpsons and stuff.
No, I'm telling you, dude, it was on one of the younger, like, because I remember watching it when I would get home from school. So it was on like 3 to 4. And it was on, you had 42 was like Cartoon Network, 41 was Disney, 40 was Nickelodeon, and then like 38 or 39 was ABC Family or something like that. And it was on one of those channels because those were the only channel. And then like 63 was like MTV, and eventually it got switched over to those later channels. But at one point, I'm telling you, dude, that show was straight up on like ABC Family or Nick at Night. And when I watch it now, I'm like,
oh,
how could I have ever watched this as a kid on television?
Different times.
Just different times, man. And it wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, that was what, early 2000?
Yeah.
I mean, when it started.
I think season 1 started in like 99. Actually, I kind of want to look it up now because I'm curious. Because, I mean, it was... I remember watching the last episode on TV.
I never finished it.
That was one of my favorite shows. 1998 to 2006.
Wow.
Which is weird to think about. But, I mean, Friends was the first episode... Or the first episode of Friends was 96.
You gonna buy that DVD set of Friends?
No.
Now that it's getting pulled from the flicks?
Oh, actually, maybe.
I saw it at Target.
Maybe.
I think it's like maybe $60.
Yeah, I might. It's not going to get pulled for another year, though.
I heard it was in January when they're gonna like pull it.
Oh, I thought it was December 21.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I thought that they were like pushing it. I mean, I thought it was going to be a while.
That's because ABC or whatever is launching their own.
Oh, then it could be January 21. I don't know.
So,
yeah, I'll probably get it eventually.
you gonna get that Disney Plus?
I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I want to do it.
Is the standard subscription for just Disney Plus itself is $6.99?
I think so.
$6 or $7.99?
I don't know. I might try it. Depends on what they have on there, man. I have Hulu.
Star Wars content. The Mandalorian.
That is not enough reason for me to pay for a whole new subscription, though.
The new Marvel shows.
I don't care about the Marvel shows anymore.
Mm.
I don't care about... I'd never watched Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Agents
Well, these
of
aren't
S.H.I.E.L.D.
like the lame Marvel shows.
We're talking like what? Doctor Strange gets a show?
Like the Falcon and Winter Soldier are getting a show.
Don't care. Those are two insignificant characters to me.
Wanda and Vision. Loki.
Loki, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Hawkeye.
So these are shows, not movies?
Yeah, but with the MCU actors getting their own shows.
Okay. I thought that they were
like
movies.
No. Like these are going to be shows.
Mm.
Like I said, not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of quality, but like Marvel Studios produced shows, which I think could be good.
I mean, I liked Defenders and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Daredevil. Those were Marvel Studios.
I didn't care to watch those. So.
Oh, dude.
But these ones, I don't know. I guess I care about those characters more. So.
Yeah, I've always liked Daredevil. Daredevil was cool. But this was at the time, though, I watched these when they were coming out, and these were the only things that they had. The only shows that they had.
And they're going to be releasing exclusive Disney movies on there. Lady and the Tramp live action. And I think 101 Dalmatians.
How are you supposed to do a Lady and the Tramp live action movie and not have it turn out like Cats?
Well, they released a poster for it. It doesn't look bad.
Is it
but
like
I'm
the
just
CGI, like the Animal Kingdom kind of like Lion King CGI again?
Yeah. I mean, they look like the actual dogs. But there's no footage of it, so it's like I don't know how they'll do it. But they have a poster
They need to animate the eyes, man.
of the noodle scene,
Yeah,
and
of course they do.
I mean,
It was iconic.
it looks decent.
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp was always stupid, though. I never liked that movie.
Truth be told, I've never watched it.
They need to do a Hercules live-action movie. Stop messing around.
It's probably coming.
I mean, what are you doing? It's the goat of all Disney, original Disney, VHSs.
That's your favorite?
Oh, absolutely.
I like it.
I'm telling you, dude, I always thought that Liz was attractive, even though she was a freaking cartoon. I never knew how to explain it.
Meg.
Meg! Did I say Liz?
Yes.
What character's name is Liz in the Disney show? I don't know. Meg.
Meg.
I knew it was a short name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Hercules is the goat.
Good songs.
Good songs.
Well, it would be cool
action
just with
scenes.
the whole mythology.
Yeah. It was to see Hades,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
But now we got
The three-headed serpent.
Oh yeah.
What was it called? What are those things called? Because it has a name in Greek mythology. It has a name.
You're not talking about the dog, right?
No, the dragon thing, the three-headed thing that he fights at the end, and he keeps cutting the heads off, and they keep growing back.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of concept as in the Godzilla, Hydra,
Ghidorah.
No, Ghidorah. That's what it is. But they don't call it Ghidorah and Hercules.
There's probably multiple names for it.
Yeah, so it's called the Hydra in Greek mythology. It's called the Hydra, but it also, what is the name of the three-headed dragon? King Ghidorah comes up. But that's, they talk about that being just Godzilla.
Is it like the inspiration for it?
I think so. And that at the time, dude, was like,
Whoa.
watching him battle that was crazy. And it also had the twist of Meg, taking his power away, and
What's that thing where they had the string and then they snip it?
cut the string. And
That's cool.
Yeah, all of that was cool. I mean, and they're doing Mulan, which was another one of my
Favorites.
top 5 probably.
Well, that one's not going to be based off of the cartoon movie. It's based off of the actual tale of Mulan. So there's not going to be no Eddie Murphy.
I know.
Dragon and no
That's-
songs.
It's not a musical?
Mm-mm.
Well, then why? That's wildly misleading.
I know, because the advertising is trying to make it look like
It's like a live action remake of the cartoon Mulan,
but it's not gonna.
but it's not.
And who's the high ranking dude in the military? Shen?
I can't remember his name.
Or he's not gonna be in the movie either. So no love interest, no dragon, no songs. But they did say that there will be
the Hun still.
well, I think that, but the tunes will be in
Like the-
hums. You'll hear
The melodies of the
Yeah.
songs, but you won't actually.
they're not gonna break out in the song.
Wow, that's lame, dude.
I feel like they made their choice. They're we're gonna, because I guess what happened was the original tale of Mulan exists as a folklore legend or whatever, and Disney wanted to appeal to the West and let's make it a musical thing and make there be a love interest so that people will want to watch it, so it's not accurate to the tale. And so this is them, I guess, making it right. That's where this comes in. But then you see the poster and stuff, and it's this totally looks like,
dude, I'm telling you, it's the trailer itself. You see iconic moments. I mean, the way that they do the actual title of it by even saying Disney's Mulan.
right.
I mean, come on, that. Even just the what do you call that? The title sequence. What is
Yeah.
that? The title. Yeah,
Header,
fine.
title sequence.
Header, whatever. Yeah, that is misleading.
Yeah.
That is wild.
I would have liked to see, obviously, the recreation of what I know, but
I would have loved to see Mushu. I'm telling you, dude.
a CGI Mushu.
CGI Mushu, that'd be awesome.
But I'm interested to see what they'll do with
I'll see it.
the new tale. I
Yeah,
like it.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
By and large, I don't really like most of the live action ones that have came out.
Beauty and the Beast was okay.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was okay.
I like Jungle Book and That's it.
I haven't seen Jungle Book.
That one's cool.
Yeah.
They got Idris Elba in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, shout out to the kid actor in that movie because all of it's CGI, but he's basically pretending that these things exist. And I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks good. I've heard the CGI and it is phenomenal.
Yeah. That one I feel like that one, for some reason, worked better than Lion King.
What was the eyes like? Like, did they look like real animals?
For the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I think they took a little bit of liberties. King Louis also, like, huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like the size of, like, a temple. But
That's
just
not accurate.
I know that, like I said, they took little, like...
Design liberties, yeah.
Yeah, creative choices. And for some reason, like, I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, I'm sure I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah. That one, like I said, it's the only one I can really say I like.
There are some movies you just have to see in theaters.
Theaters or shouldn't be recreated.
Well, that too.
So,
but like if there are movies that I want to see in theaters that sometimes I miss in theaters, I don't end up watching those movies.
Like what?
I can't really give you an example.
Like you would, like if you, I guess, had the choice to watch like The Dark Knight, you would always prefer theater watching?
No, I've seen The Dark Knight hundreds of times since I've seen it in the movie theaters.
I never got to watch The Dark Knight in theaters.
I'm pretty sure I've seen all 3 of the Batman movies in theaters.
So
I've seen all the Daniel Craig, James Bond movies in theaters. I saw all of the Harry Potter movies in theaters to a certain extent. Because I'm pretty, like, the first one I think came out like early. I was like 6 or something. So I don't think we saw that first one in theaters. But I saw the second through 8. I saw all the Lord of the Rings.
I saw in theaters.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises in theaters was awesome.
I was like...
When he blew the stadium.
That was cool.
Yeah, he blew the stadium. I was like, dang.
Are there any... Oh, did you see the new Star Wars trailer?
The new Rise of Skywalker one?
Mm-hmm.
No, I got the notification on my YouTube thing, but I haven't seen it yet.
I feel so strange. I feel like I should be excited, but I'm just not. Like, I want to watch it, but I'm just not, like, at the edge of my seat ready to watch it. Like when The Last Jedi stuff was coming out, I was like, yo, after The Force Awakens, all these storylines, I can't wait to see what they're going to do. But
all right, what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief pause, and I'm going to watch this trailer real quick.
All right.
And we're back. Okay.
You have thoughts?
I have thoughts. A lot of them.
Are they good thoughts?
No, they're not. Number one, I'm sick of movie trailers showing me the entire movie before I've even seen it.
Well, they showed like half old clips.
Well, and that bothers me too. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, let's get even a trailer for a new movie. We're going to show half of it in movies that's already been out.
Did Avengers do that? With like Endgame? Oh, yeah, they did.
Pretty sure they did.
But theirs was good.
Theirs was different, though. And Endgame was also a very different... Like, you can't even compare. Endgame hasn't... Or Marvel wasn't disappointing us for 5 years, 6 years in the past 2 movies that they've made.
Well, right.
Wait, the last 2 movies? Last 1 movie. Because it was just The Last Jedi, right?
Yeah, some people are kind of, like, not...
I mean, The Force Awakens was okay.
Yeah. Well, that was them trying to, like, recapture that Star Wars magic.
Yeah.
By retelling A New Hope.
Yeah. But also, I mean, what the heck's the thing at the end?
What?
With Rey at the end.
Oh, okay, so you want to talk about that now?
That could be a very big plot twist that you could have kept secret.
Every time Star Wars drops new stuff, everyone goes crazy with the theories.
Of course.
And so everyone's...
It's a twin, like a clone?
Yeah. Well, I'm like, where's the clone coming from?
Yeah, where's the clone coming from?
Like,
how is it a clone?
And they're like, oh,
who's cloning him?
Palpatine made it. Clone. Is the theory.
But where would Palpatine and
I
Rey have never met?
I know.
So how did he get DNA?
Well, some people, like Germ, are of the mind that Rey is like a
Descendant
bloodline Palpatine.
How do you make that work? You don't know her parents.
Right. So, yeah, all these... I'm kind of sick of the Star Wars theories because they just kind of come out.
Well, and it also seems like in the theories they try and
they try and
justify why it's a good movie. Like their theories are in evidence that you should be excited to see this movie a lot of the time.
Well, I just think they try to make things fit just at any like hint that there could be a reason.
Right.
Like
they're really reaching.
Yeah. Like, maybe Finn is related to
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu or who's the dude with the cape? Lando.
Oh, Lando.
Like just dumb stuff like that. And not that there are many theories like that, but there's still people that like, you know,
they try and connect things that just aren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just, oh, they have the same eye color. It's like, stop.
They use the same line. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then, so this is where like the Palpatine thing's coming in, is because Rey in The Force Awakens does like that stab strike movement, which only Palpatine does. And so this is the thing I'm talking about, where there's like, oh, they did that same thing, therefore they're related. It's like, guys,
don't you think that was like a
it's like shoehorned, I feel.
Well, but also don't you think that very well could have just been the stuntmen trying to like be cool about Rey's moves, and so they know, go back and look at previous. I'm sure you could find some connection to her and another Jedi at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many things you could do. I don't.
Star Wars theories are.
That's what I got.
They're getting a bit much.
I got tired of it with the Endgame spoiler, or like the Endgame, in all of the hype leading up to Endgame. How many times did Screen Rant post a video on YouTube about a theory? Like,
well, even with before Infinity War came out, people were like, "Oh, the Soul Stone's in Wakanda, and this is why." It's like, oh, the thing they use to call back to their ancestors must mean that it's related to Soul Stones.
And how wrong were they?
It was on a
unknown planet. And you had to sacrifice someone.
It's like,
and that's how, spoiler alert,
Gamora and then Black Widow.
Gamora and Black Widow.
But now just Black Widow.
Now just Black Widow. But Gamora doesn't know.
So what are your thoughts on Evil Rey?
I think it'd be cool if they do it right.
I thought the cape or her hoodie looked a little weird.
It did.
Like a little like too big.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's almost as if she was like, and what's up with the lightsaber? Where does that come from? Were they like summoning Maul? What's happening? Like,
and then you're going to have some...
she's a descendant of Maul, even though she's not red and has horns. And all of those people are the same gender, or I guess same nationality, however.
From the same planet.
Yeah, from the same planet. And they all look the same. They're all red, and they have horns.
Well, isn't Maul's brother like green and black? At least in the Clone Wars show.
I don't know. I thought that they were all the same color.
I think they have all the like
varying
the
colors.
Black streaks.
And they have the black streaks and the horns. So they could be varying colors. I don't know.
But yeah.
But you would be able to know. You'd be able to tell. Oh, no, she's like, what, a third cousin, second removed from Darth Maul?
Yeah.
That's how she has that blade. Like, what?
I'm of the mind that this is either a dream sequence or a vision of some kind that's not actually real. Yeah. I don't think Disney has it in them to like do a reveal like that, because they gotta sell those toys, man.
But also at the same time, I don't think that Disney has it in them to let someone as good as Rey, quote unquote, go bad.
That's what I mean. It's like they had all these, young girls like, oh, I want to, costume as Rey and all this stuff, and it's like,
and then they turn her to the dark side.
You're definitely not gonna do that.
They should.
They'll make a toy of
probably
Dream Sequence Rey or something, but that's not your actual Rey. And if I'm wrong, I will be happy to be wrong, but then the moment will be kind of like...
But at the same time, they should do... I think we're getting too soft even in movies.
I was really rooting for like a Kylo Ren redemption.
Yes.
Just because it would have been good.
You know what would be a crazy twist? Kylo Ren goes good, Rey goes bad.
Yeah.
Then they basically flip.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Like I said, Star Wars, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just not hyped for it anymore.
I don't know what to think.
I'll see it.
Also, C-3PO's eyes are red.
What's up with that?
Man, just getting...
And it looked like they tried to place him in a position where he was like menacing. Like it was like
shot from the bottom.
Like it shot from the bottom, like he's like rising out of a chair, like getting ready to like condemn a subject or something. Like it's C-3PO. What are you talking about?
I don't know. The scene where they have before you see evil Rey, you get that little Darth Vader breath. Stop using the Darth Vader breath.
Mm.
He's gone. It's over.
Mm.
You can
Unless
show the
they're gonna
mask.
bring him back too.
You can show the mask, but I don't want to hear the breath.
Yeah, yeah. I get. My problem is they have so many things that they could do, and it's almost as if they don't. Like they just purposefully don't.
Well, I think this is just kind of the, I guess you would say, challenge of having 3 movies that are supposed to tell a coherent story, but it's like written and directed by 2 different people.
You also could have wrapped up all of this in Last Jedi.
Well, they said it was going to be a trilogy, so
Well,
you know,
don't say that. Don't make trilogies.
Well, they said it was a new trilogy.
I know what they said. So I don't care.
But if they're letting Rian Johnson of The Last Jedi do a completely different trilogy, and that to me, I'm like, okay, tell an original story.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I'll probably go and see that.
I don't know anything about it, but I'll try it out.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, do something that hasn't been done. Why are we still on the Skywalker family?
This whole
What's 10 movies now? 9 movies
will be about the walkers.
Yeah. Come on. The only people.
And then they introduce new characters, but
yeah, they introduce new characters, but they still are tied to the old, you know. And it's a vast universe. I want a bounty hunters movie. Like, I think a movie centered around bounty hunters would be dope.
Yeah.
You could even give each person their standalone and character develop them like Marvel did. It'd be cool to see a Bosk movie. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah, if they treated it like a solo story or whatever.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, I don't know, man. Star Wars is so interesting.
And I'm not excited about it.
You're of the mind that you're going to go see it, though.
I'll go see it, probably. Probably. But I didn't see A New Hope, or not A New Hope. Was it Rogue One?
You didn't watch that?
Not in theaters.
Oh.
I didn't watch Rogue One in theaters. I didn't watch Solo in theaters.
I watched Solo on Netflix, and I watched Rogue One with Germ and Sharish.
Yeah.
And it was, cool.
I mean, they're good movies. And they were done well because they're standalone stories. But again, the Star Wars hype, I was really disappointed with The Last Jedi.
They got you, huh?
It really got me. Like, it was like a blow to my confidence almost. Not like my, you know what I mean? Like, it was not like I'm like in my room like, oh my gosh, I hate myself now. But to the point where I really don't get hyped about Star Wars movies anymore. Games, they need to come out with a good Star Wars game.
There's one coming out,
and it looks
fall.
pretty cool. It reminds me of. Do you ever play the Jedi Academy? Was it the Jedi Academy or was it?
I think so.
I think so. That one was actually super fun.
It has the dude who plays Jerome in Gotham as the lead
in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
The redhead.
Yeah. He was also on a show called Shameless.
I've heard of that.
It's a really good show. That's one of those shows that, like, it's funny until it's not, and then it's really not funny. Like, there's a scene with someone who's doing, who is over the course of several episodes is, like, doing coke and is having a party at her house, and one of the younger kids, like, gets into the coke. And then it turns into the thing where, like, she can't watch it. Like, it takes a serious turn.
Well,
like, they're at the party and it's all, you're like, it's lively and everything, and then all of a sudden they call for the kid and they turn around and, like, they see the bag of coke and the kid, like, on the floor, and you're just like, what just happened?
This is a Netflix show?
Yeah, it was on Showtime.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Disney and Sony not being able to agree with Mr. Spider-Man? Thus, him exiting MCU.
After being brought in for what?
3 movies?
Yeah. I mean, it bugs me. But at the same time, if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, you can't fault Sony for giving up their cash cow.
From what I've read, it's not that Marvel's trying to buy back Spider-Man. It's just the deal or the negotiation of like the payment amount that each respective company gets. Disney was wanting to take in a lot more than Sony, or like a not a good deal for Sony. So, and it's like Disney, you have like almost every other entertainment studio under you. Why do you need like more money, I guess?
Corporate greed, man. But I don't.
So
I mean,
I guess what they're talking about is Tom Holland will continue to be Spider-Man, but not connected. And I'm like, I would love to see how you guys try and write this. But.
Yeah. Well, it bugs me because, like, the X-Men, I understand that these were all decisions that were made before the popularity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was, full-fledged. But there are so many storylines that you're throwing away because you guys can't agree on, a money thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there are X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Avengers, all of that. Like, in the comic book, Spider-Man was an Avenger. That'd
Wolverine's
be like
in Civil War.
that would be like, oh my gosh, that would be like the Flash not being a part of the Justice League. Like, if some company had Flash, like the CW was like, we're not giving up Flash.
Yeah.
And they want to make, remake the Justice League movie.
I mean, Scarlet Witch is Magneto's daughter, but she's an orphan in the MCU.
Yeah, she's an orphan in the MCU, and her brother's Quicksilver.
So,
wait, they were brother and sister in the comics, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
They have an incestuous relationship in the comics. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
They confirmed that that Fantastic Four and X-Men are coming.
Right.
But I mean, who knows?
But again, who knows? And
I guess who knows when?
Why are we still doing X-Men movies?
Well, this is like new X-Men. Like, this is going to be X-Men tied to MCU X-Men. This isn't Hugh Jackman reprising his role X-Men. This is like we're starting from scratch.
Same characters though, like Wolverine and Storm and everything. So they're just going to cast new actors for the characters.
Yeah, they gobbled up Fox. So
well, yeah, I know, I know that.
Now they got all that.
But I'm just saying,
they're just going to start new. Well, I mean, it's like Spider-Man. They weren't going to keep on Andrew Garfield because it's a different. They were going for a different vibe.
Right.
So now,
I'm saying if you're going to do the X-Men, explore some of the other X-Men. Don't keep doing Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, the main popular ones.
I mean,
explore other X-Men. There's lots of them.
There's so many.
There's so many X-Men, dude.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I wonder what they'll do with Deadpool. Just because in the nature of Deadpool, you can still use Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Because fourth wall and all that stuff.
Right.
But
I don't know, man. I would like to see Ryan Reynolds come back as the Green Lantern, just done well.
They're making a Green Lantern movie, but I don't know what's the DC movie lineup is like kind of all over the place because they have announced movies, but there's some that are like stuck in like a weird development where they're just or production hell, if you will, where like Ezra Miller, who plays the Flash, they've gone through like 3 different writers and directors, and they can't come to land something. But I guess he said like the other week, it's still coming. The Flashpoint movie's still coming.
Dude, I'm telling you, DC has one chance to get this right.
And then you have
Joker,
the Joker movie, which is just separate from everything else.
That's separate from everything else, which is great, and it looks awesome. But if they're doing the Flashpoint movie, that is a specific storyline with specific like repercussions that they need to get right. And you have a storyboard, just make it like that. Like, you don't need to include everything, but there's no need to creatively, branch out.
You're getting a new Batman too,
which confuses me.
New actor.
Confuses me. Why are we doing another Batman movie?
So, Ben Affleck is no longer going to be Batman.
No, I know. Robert Pattinson's going to be Batman.
Which I think can kind of be cool.
I think he's going to do great. But what's the movie going to be about?
I don't know. Because Ben Affleck was originally supposed to be directing it.
I saw that this one is him as like a detective. So he's like I don't know if this is canon Batman.
Now, if they had...
This could be like a Detective Comics line kind of thing.
What I wish they would do... And this is like what other people have been like wanting to is, have Ben Affleck pass the torch to Pattinson, but do it in the way of like Batman Beyond, where like
he's old, and it's like in the future a little bit.
And then Tim Drake is Batman Beyond. But this is all
they probably
wishful thinking.
Yeah, they probably won't do that.
And they also said they might make another Joker movie from the Joaquin Phoenix one if it does well.
Which it will.
It looks rated R.
Freaking awesome. And that's another thing. The comics are not PG friendly. Yeah. I'm sorry. But in the Injustice series, or even in flipping the Darkseid War. No, it's not the Darkseid War.
Well, the comics lines are...
It's Injustice.
More violent.
Oh, yeah. Gorilla Grodd grabs Ra's al Ghul's head and squishes it. And it just goes, he goes, put your head into my hand. And then the next thing is his head right there. And then all of a sudden it just goes, bow. And it's like splat. Like, it's like, I'm like, holy crap, dude.
That's why it's kind of cool to read the comics.
Oh, yeah.
First, or just...
There are some comics that they just will never do.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad.
Like they're not going to make an Injustice movie.
Which they should.
That would be cool.
But they would have to do a show. Because it's 5 years. There's 5 years of Injustice comics and just Injustice. And then there's Injustice 2. Which takes place after everything that happens in Injustice.
Yeah.
Which is where Injustice 2, the game... I don't even think the game picks up there.
I don't know.
Because this is all during like... There's like peace talks going on, and Ra's al Ghul, however you say it.
Ra's al Ghul?
They say Ra's al Ghul in Gotham. And then if you look up the actual pronunciation of Ra's al Ghul, it says Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul. It's super weird. I'm like, what the heck's his name, dog?
Yeah.
But,
or maybe like an animated series for Injustice.
An animated series would be cool.
Because then, you can get away with violent stuff.
But they have to do it. The problem is so much happens. Superman kills Green Arrow. Superman kills Black Canary.
He also kills Shazam.
He kills Shazam in a horrible way.
You're talking about in the game, right? Does it show it in the comic too?
In the comic where he
freezes his head?
No, in the comics, Shazam says something to Superman and is like, we shouldn't be doing this.
This is
and
like in
Superman goes, like, you've like talked back for the last time, covers his mouth so that he can't say Shazam because he knows that Superman probably won't kill a kid, and then looks at him in his eyes and laser beams him right in his eye sockets.
That's what happens in Injustice, but they have it so that he freezes his mouth.
Oh, I think that's what he does.
And then
yeah. I thought you said that in the game he freezes his head. I don't remember the Injustice campaigns. I don't know if I ever played them.
They're good.
Because I don't ever remember Shazam being in Injustice 2.
No, he's in Injustice 1, and that's where they kill him.
Oh, okay. I never played Injustice 1. I just played the second one.
But yeah, I'm like, Superman out here killing kids.
He broke Batman's back over his knee.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Batman goes to the Tower of Fate to heal. I think that happens in like year 2 or 3. Yeah, Superman gets crazy.
Why is it that they always depict, or I guess as of recent, like even in the movies like Batman v Superman, it's the Superman's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
because I think that's realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone like that, I mean, just the whole thought of him killing his pregnant wife, which is what starts it all in the first place.
But I mean, like you go back to like Smallville and these other shows, and those ones are.
I never saw Smallville.
Those are like of the mind that like Superman's like you're a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Justice League, like the animated series,
He's the
like,
good guy.
He's the guy.
He is the guy.
But then all this stuff, like post 2010, is Superman's overlord, and
Which has only been,
I don't know the
Batman vs Superman, right?
And I mean Justice League.
I never saw Justice League, so I can't comment.
Justice League's like the regret, like oh we were wrong, and then spoilers, they bring him back, and then he's like mad that they betrayed him, but then goes back to being good.
What? So in the Justice League movie, they have Superman go bad?
No. Well, he fights the Justice League for like 5 minutes.
At the end or at the beginning?
Halfway point. Like after they resurrect him, because he's not like the same like Superman like
Man of Steel when he
Right.
gets killed by
like his last
Doomsday.
memories are of being killed by Darkseid, or not Darkseid,
Doomsday. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. And so he, the first thing he thinks of is like, where am I?
Mm-hmm.
I got to fight. And then he sees all the Justice League and like handles them. That's a kind of cool scene.
Of course, it's Superman.
Like,
dude, if you don't have kryptonite, you can't beat him. Sorry.
the Flash goes like super quick, and he thinks he's gonna like, oh, I got a chance to one up him. And Superman, while he's, because during like Speed Force scenes,
Mm-hmm.
it goes like slow motion, and Superman just like turns to his right, like I'm keeping up with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
Superman's dope. The comics, oh my gosh. Some crazy stuff. Like, I'm like, what? Why have I never experienced... Because I like darker crap. Like, I gravitate towards... I don't know why. I'm not sick in the head. I don't think about murder. I don't think... You know what I mean? But
well,
like,
they're just different stories.
it's the darker stories where I feel like it's more realistic. And when you look at people with superpowers, like Superman, who has the capability of setting an entire gathering of 200 plus people on fire with his laser beams, and they show that. Like, it's cool because when they do that, you see the person standing there, and then all of a sudden Superman's laser beams, and it shows them like highlighted by the laser beam, and then just the skeleton of the person. Like in The Watchmen, when John does his thing, and
Have you read it?
So I can't read the comics because they don't have the actual comic or the graphic novel on the DC Universe thing. But what they do have, which is what I was going to mention earlier, is they have it animated. So like they take the comic, and the comic is very poorly, I would not say poorly animated. It's basically stills that they manipulate just ever so slightly. And then they have...
For the whole Watchmen book?
Yeah. All 12 chapters. They break it up into chapters.
Oh, jeez.
It's cool, though.
Is it long?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Each one's like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a big book.
Yeah, it's lengthy. So, yeah, you have to go... Like, there's no comics. They do motion comics. So that's chapter 1. It's really weird. It's hard for me a little bit. I mean, it was hard for me to keep going. I
think I would recommend reading it.
If I had the book, I totally would.
I mean, I have it.
You do? Can I borrow it? For real? You have it?
Yeah, it's on my shelf right there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So like, this is what it looks like.
Oh, it's narrated.
And it's narrated. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely read this. I mean, this is cool.
It's cool, but it's almost distracting.
Yeah, I would definitely read that over watching that.
Yeah.
I think a little problem I have with comics is just like how many different storylines there are. So
it's hard for you. I've been looking up the actual reading order, but I looked up the DC Universe Rebirth reading order, and it was, I kid you not, 70, 80 issues.
Yeah. So it's like hard to keep up, which is why I think I gravitate more towards manga, because it's one storyline that the anime is picking up, so I can follow it easier.
Well, what would be cool is if they gave you the option to read it issue by issue, but if you wanted to read a storyline, compiling all the issues together.
See, this is what manga does is they'll have the volumes and it's like 10 chapters worth.
Well, I can sort it on here based on storylines, and then you just, if you're, I think if you're under the storyline, like you have gone onto the storyline menu, and you get to the end of the comic, it'll show you the next issue. But I think if it's independent issues, like if it's like, the next, or one issue is the Flash, and then the next like comic in that storyline is like Superman. I don't know if it like goes
Like, what's the reading order after that?
right. Like, I don't know if it goes. I think it goes based off of issue order, but you can always just go back and then pick the next one in the storyline or whatever. So they do separate it that way, and that's how I read the Death in the Family like storyline, which was phenomenal. Do you know what that one is?
Nope.
So the Death in the Family is the Joker. I'm sure you've seen it when he cuts his own face off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I've seen the art for it.
The animation for it is insane. Or the what do you call that?
The visuals.
The visual for it, yeah. But the storyline itself is incredible. I mean, you're over the span of, there's a reading order, you read like Nightwing, and then Red Hood and the Outlaws, and then Batman the Detective, so you have to read it in a specific order to get the storyline in chronological order. But when you get to the end, I mean, spoiler alert, crazy. There's no spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's cool. I mean, if you ever end up reading it, it's definitely worth a read, because the Joker is more insane than he ever is. I mean, you thought that the Joker and the Killing Joke was bad when he comes and shoots Barbara Gordon. This takes place after all of that. And he has the doll maker cut his face off, staples it to a wall, disappears for a year, comes back to the GCPD, kills the power, breaks the necks of like maybe 20 cops while Jim Gordon is like there.
Is he still faceless?
Yeah, faceless this whole time.
And then he eventually
steals his face and then staples it on.
What a guy.
Crazy. Oh, and he disfigures Harley so that she looks like him. Gives her a suit with like padding in it so that he has the same build and stuff, and cuts her face up, like takes her eyelids off. And
oh my god, what's going on there?
Right. Craziness. I'm like, what? And then then it just gets worse from there. I'm like, holy cow. And again, it's dark, but it's also drawn, so it's not real.
Easier to digest.
I can make it, I can make that distinction.
Yeah.
But even then, though, like, I think we were talking about this. I've always been able to like disconnect if I'm watching it on movies. If I'm watching the same scene in like a home filmed YouTube video, like the ISIS beheadings. Do you ever see those videos? You ever watch those?
I have seen them, unfortunately.
I've seen a few of them.
Those
are hard to watch. But I can watch someone get their head cut off in Game of Thrones all day long. It's like a weird, there's that weird disconnect. I don't know.
Yeah, you have your barriers and your on and off switch.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, YouTube has shown me a lot.
You see this on YouTube?
I've seen the ISIS, when they were first posted.
Oh, I was going to say, like, now I don't...
Now you can't, no. But they were, when they first were, like...
Yeah,
they were popular. I mean, they were on YouTube for a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can, even right now, you can look up... I can't remember where it is. Libya, I think, which is a failed state right now. They were posting on their videos the slave trade auctions. Like, so live slave trading on YouTube. What? And apparently that wasn't breaking any of the codes of conduct, so they were able to keep, like, those videos weren't getting pulled.
But now they are.
I don't know.
They have to be.
Joe Rogan just talked about it on a podcast like last week.
Oh.
And usually he would mention that. So I don't think they are. I haven't tried to look because I don't want to see that.
But I mean, someone's probably already
I
flagged
imagine. Yeah, I imagine they're getting flagged.
Yeesh.
It's just weird, man.
You want to call it?
Sure. We can call it.
All right.
This has been another episode of Nothing About Nothing.
Until next time.
I was going to intro this with, you guys, we have a real big treat for you today. We have a whole episode with nothing in particular to talk about. Like, I was going to try and, like, set it up. There was gonna be this, like, we got a real big treat for you.
Today's topic is
whatever we want it to be in the moment. Enjoy. I have a question for you real fast. Would you ever consider doing an improv class with me?
Improv?
Mm-hmm.
Like a comedy thing?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say yes, but probably not.
Hmm.
I just think that I use, like, when I did, like, drama in middle school, not that I was, like, in the drama club, but, like, the classes I took, that was, like, kind of hard for me.
Oh, okay.
Like, I enjoyed seeing other people's, so I would attend if I could just be a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually participating, I don't think that's my thing. But I would like to, like, go and, like, watch. So if they had, like, seating, I would be there. But,
yeah.
you know.
I've been recently trying to, like,
Get out there?
no, in the references that I make, just in general. I've been trying to improv them. And it's not that I'm trying to become a comedian or that I want to do improv or anything like that. I just think that I'd be good at it and I want to try it.
I support you in wanting to.
Because I'm pretty clever. And I'm quick.
See, my thing is, like, there was one time we, like, acted out a sequence for when we were seniors for freshmen. Like, we had to be like, okay, we're going to be leading our acting sequence, and, like, the kids, you know, we'll kind of be like secondary actors, but, like, we're, like, leading the charge in it. I felt so uncomfortable. But then you see other people's, you know, acting is like, oh, that's so good. Like, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But I've just, like,
I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm regularly in front of a group of people, like, performing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that it has to be that, because the thought of being in, like, a play, if I was an actor, that wouldn't, like, frighten me. Like, being in front of people. That has never been a thing of mine.
I suppose for me, it's not the fear of people watching me. It's just the fear that I'm not good. That makes sense.
Yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, just a quick thought.
Last minute.
Yeah, last minute thought.
All right, man.
All right, man. Cheers.
Cheers.